If you're like me and you absolutely love riding your dirt bike and you find yourself at the end of every season going, wow, I really thought I was going to get out more this year, get more hours on the machine, but it just never seems to happen. Well, what I'm about to share with you will help you do exactly that. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having all a killer start to your season. We'll kind of try and pound through this one quickly here as we're kind of racing the rain, and it's kind of been the story of our season so far. It's just been a really kind of cold, wet, chilly spring, and like it's still snowing up in our favorite zones, and it's June, so hopefully the sun can come out soon and really get the warm up on, and yeah, so we can get up in the zones and really get those super cool alpine videos to you guys soon. But enough about that, and let's get on to why you're here. So as I got more into the sport and frankly just more addicted to riding my dirt bike, I found myself sitting there thinking, like, how the heck am I going to get more days out there, more days out doing what I love, just improve quicker, faster, and all them types of things. And I mean, these bikes cost a lot of money, so you want to use it. Now, we all know it's not easy to get out there and ride as much as we want to, because, you know, multiple things got to line up, and like having guys to ride with, weather, just work life, all that kind of stuff. And it's definitely not always easy to get out there near as much as you like. Now, there's all sorts of stuff you start thinking about, like everything just from kind of neglecting some chores at home to like a full-on career change. But let's face it, none of that stuff's that easy, and really not much of it really works. So I first became aware of this a few years ago. A few local guys started doing it, and at first I honestly thought they were crazy or just dumb or whatever, and I thought there's no way in heck that I'm doing that. So what exactly am I talking about that allows these guys to get significantly more time on their bike, probably on average 10 to 20 days more a season? And if you're like me, when I hear that, I'm like, heck yeah, sign me up. Now the dog's gonna bark. Hey, keep it down over there. No, don't need to come see me. Oh, dang it. Can you leave? Okay, I'm trying to do this. Hey, Mac, at least if you're gonna say hi to the people. Hey, say hi. That's it? Go chase squirrels now. Now buzz off. Yeah, that's right. So without further ado, big drum roll, big reveal. I know you're all in suspense. There she is. I'm not really sure if you can really see that. We'll obviously get some close-ups of it. And you're probably like, WTF, man, that's a tire. What are you talking about? Well, it's not just any old tire. It's a tire with carbide studs. And so obviously I'm talking about studded riding. Now, if you're like me, and when I was first kind of aware of this studded riding, I was like, heck no, not for me. You know, dirt bikes are for summer and winter is for anything but. Well, that's not really quite the case. I had in my head that these guys are going out in like freezing temperatures and 2 feet of snow and like getting all wet and cold and miserable, and like that's not really the case. I mean, you can do it, and some guys are just diehard guys that will do it, but that for me, as much as I love dirt biking, I have no interest in doing that. So what it really allows you to do is just extend your riding season. You just get to ride later in the fall and earlier in the spring. And this winter, we pretty much rode throughout the winter. But yeah, it's just like, just kind of them shoulder seasons where it's just like, oh man, it's the ground's frozen, it's slippery, but it's a really nice day. I wish I could ride my bike. Or in the springtime when it's like, it's a, you know, all of a sudden a plus 15 degree day, or I don't know, plus 55 Fahrenheit day or whatever. And like, I wish I could get out there, but the ground's frozen. Well, if you put these studs in your tire, it is actually unreal the traction you have. And in most places, you have better traction than you would in the summer. The only place that is really bad is in the rocks. And I'm sure if you watch some of our videos, yeah, it can have a runaway pretty quick with these in the rocks. Another thing with riding studded is it's a little different. And you know, if you're into cross training or if you mountain bike or whatever else you do, there's always something you can pull from another sport or another activity that you can bring back to riding that's gonna help you. And studded riding is a little different. It takes a little bit to get used to, but honestly, it really helps your bike skills. Like another thing too is, you know, you can ride earlier in the spring and ride later in the fall, but if you ride select areas and kind of some boring stuff, because anything that's hilly, anything that's fun that you would normally like to ride, there's just no way you're gonna ride it. Well, with the studs, unless it's sheer rock, you can ride it. You get to ride like areas way sooner than you normally would coming out of winter or into the fall. We've been riding places the last 2 or 3 months that if you're on rubber, you're just maybe starting to get into, where we've been able to rip it up. It's been super fun, and honestly, the studded riding has been a game changer. Everything, all the kind of preconceived notions I had about it, it's not really the case. And you kind of learn local areas around where you live that you can ride earlier, like a south-facing slope or in the trees where the snow doesn't really get in or the frost doesn't really get in, and all that kind of stuff. You really get to learn that. Obviously, if you're going to get a good studded tire setup, it's not cheap. You're probably anywhere from $600 to $1,200 depending how you do it. There's a couple different ways you can get. Probably the most expensive one is, I think Midas and a few companies actually have like pre-studded tires right from the factory. But I'm Dutch, so obviously I'm a little cheap, and I didn't go that route. I bought these called grip studs, and I just studded my tires themselves. I'm on my 3rd season, and if you watch any of my videos, we're not nice to them and probably sometimes ride them longer than we should. And I have honestly no complaints. So I'll just briefly get into kind of what I run. You'll have to let me know if you want me to make a full video on exactly what I run, but I just run kind of 2 medium compound front and rear tires. I definitely look for something with taller lugs, because in the rear you use a bigger stud, and it's kind of an auger type, like it's a screw in. And like I said, I'm on my 3rd season. They've been awesome. In the front tire, we use a little bit smaller studs. In the front, I use a tube, and in the back, I just use my Moose from the summer, and it's been working awesome. Like I said, guys, I think a lot of people are sleeping on studded riding, and you should definitely check it out. If you ride anywhere that has the ground freezes at some point and kind of prevents you from really getting out there, you should definitely check it out. It's made, honestly, a big difference in my riding, and I get out way more because of it. And like I said, a lot of preconceived notions I had about it, that's not the case. So that wraps it up, guys. Like I said, you should really check out studded riding. If you ride anywhere that the ground freezes, it makes a big difference. And yeah, hopefully summer becomes summer. You can get out in the bikes more. Mini boats behind, hasn't been out in a couple of weeks, but yeah, we're hoping to get out there a whole lot more. If you haven't checked out last week's video, it was super awesome. And yeah, guys, so like always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.